could I not come out here? I was actually watching the sunrise from my hotel up here. I have a view that actually kind of faces this area up here, which is kind of nice. Forces you to get out of the room to come and see Haystack. Shooting a time lapse out of the window, sunrise, nothing epic. It's kind of all kind of reflections back into the room. Again, sunrise is the time to be out here. I mean, last night I was walking this beach. Although it's a really huge beach, and you never really feel like there's a lot of people. There's, I see 5 down there, 6, 7, 8 people as far as I could see. Anyway, I'm gonna approach a photographer down here. I was reading, I went out to dinner last night, I was reading a little paper of the area here, just kind of getting the lay of the land. I've been here before, like I said, but apparently on this rock, on Haystack, there's supposed to be puffins out here from April till September, I think. They say the best time to see them is the mornings at low tide. But we're the morning right now at high tide, so I don't know if we'll be seeing any puffins today. Maybe I'll ask this photographer with the telephoto lens down here. Oh, this is a really cool grazing of the light here. I'm gonna get this shot here, hold on. I find it almost impossible for me to just take a walk. My gut feeling at first was grab the telephoto lens and the video camera and the video head tripod, bring it down here and just get some clips. And I was like, well, no, let me bring the XT4 down. I was like, no, just go for a walk. Just take a walk. Put on the jacket and go for a walk. I'll just grab a camera. The compact ZV-1. Now let me grab the Osmo too. I can't not video this. Maybe if I was here for a week and walking this beach every day, maybe if I were these people here that had the picture windows and I walked this every morning. But I'm here for a day. And I'm trying to do some travel vlogs, so why would I not video? Let's go see what this guy's capturing down here. Maybe we'll see a puffin. Oh, it's not even a camera. It is a telephoto. It's like a telescope. This should be good.
Well, like this guy, see him right here?
Yeah.
That's a puffin.
The black one?
The black one, that little
guy.
Oh,
wow.
And it's hard to see that, real distinctive face.
Yep.
But
oh my gosh, look at that.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting. Finally, this morning, I saw one finally landed and just sat there for a while, but they're not doing that. See, here he is right here. He's coming right at us. This woman who was here yesterday was telling us this year they're kind of slow doing that because, like yesterday, there were 4 bald eagles on top.
I saw one at the very
that,
top. Somebody pointed it out.
That freaks everybody
There were 4 of them?
Yeah, that all the birds think, oh, they can't deal with that.
Wow.
So apparently the puffins had some problems. I think a lot of them are around the other side, the west side, that we can't really see.
Oh, I got it.
But if you wait here long enough, again, they come kind of zipping around.
So yeah, apparently there are puffins. And I saw one, but he was flying. The lighting's starting to get a little flat now. It is grazing across, so you can't see him pointing it at me. Hold on. Morning, noon, night, always looking at the light. The sun is obviously rising from the east, lighting the rock, which is cool. Also lighting the waves. Like, we don't need to see your face. You know, when I turned the camera on just to get the recording of the guy's voice because I was interested in the puffins but I was also interested. I mean, the guy was also traveling, but if he was a local guy, I think this may have been the first time that I asked somebody if I could record them, because again, I'm trying to get some local perspectives. Look at that cool thing. It's virtually impossible to tell by looking at this tiny little screen through my sunglasses whether something looks cool in his art or is it's just garbage. Anyway, if he was a local guy, a birder of sorts, I may have asked to interview him just to, again, not that I'm going to do a documentary on the guy, but it could have been a 1 minute blurb. I could have found some stock imagery to go with that and created a story. I'm really thinking that way. Life becomes really interesting, you know? Start to look at the simple, the everyday life as a story or as a moment in America. I like that. It looks like we're experiencing, from what I saw, they said high tide. I'd love to go exploring in the tidal pools up there, but there are no tidal pools now because it's high tide. I may still be here for low tide. If so, that may be where we continue the day out there, exploring the tidal pools of Haystack. Oh my gosh, look at the beams of light coming down. So I had a great sunrise. Captured a few cool things along the beach side there. Again, puffins. How cool is that? I've never seen puffins before in my life. Didn't have a great shot of them, but I did find somebody. Look at this cool little garden here. I think I'm going to walk through this. There was another place I was going to stay called, I can't remember the name of it. It came up on Hotel Tonight for like $150 a night or something. But I drove by there and they're kind of under construction. And this place was about the same price. Actually, when I talked to the girl at the front desk, she kind of gave me this thing at that price. She knocked 20 bucks off of the published rate, which is $179, which being right on the beach, but again, I think she dropped it to $150. And I had a corner view of the ocean, and I was able to crack the window and listen to the ocean. In fact, there's my room up in that corner up there. Oh, I've walked into a construction zone. Oh, this is a cool RV. There's that Echo again, EKKO. I'll show you when I get closer. I like this. It's a small Class C, borderline Class B, Class C. Check it out. Look at that thing. Cool. I don't think that would be a challenge parking that thing. As you can see, this is definitely Puffin area. I don't see any no drone flying signs. I saw a guy flying a drone yesterday. God, I wish he posted that. I'd love to share his footage. If not, you know what? I'll find some footage. Insert it right here. Yeah, I looked down on his screen and he was way up there. I think it was beyond the 400-foot limit, but could have been the wide-angle lens he had on. Anyway, this is a view here of Haystack. This is a public egress to the beach. Check it out. I forgot I'm in the evacuation zone here. Remember, 6 months ago I made this trek I actually drove up to Astoria, and I stayed at a few places along the coast. Really spent a lot of time investigating and exploring these little tidal pools and took a bunch of photos. I don't think I ever shared anything from that trip. I remember one time, the very first time I came here, I think I was south of Gold Beach or something. I was shooting a bunch of HDR images, and I got home and I was processing them, and I was so in the moment of just capturing light that I didn't realize what I was capturing in front of me. I didn't see the starfish until I got home and had looked at the brackets, and I was like, what are those orange things? I'm like, oh my gosh, look at the starfish right there. Purples and greens and oranges. I didn't even notice them when I was there. Great time to be here. I would imagine July 4th, middle of the summer. It's probably really crowded. And not a place I'd want to be, I think, then. I like visiting these shoulder season locations during shoulder season. I think I'm rambling now. All right, let me go get my stuff. Get ready to check out here. You know, I never got anything to eat. Let me point out a couple more things. First of all, I just talked to somebody at the gallery across the street. Was talking puffins and stuff. Puffin talk. She said that there's only about 1,500 people that live here year round. So I was right. Most of these houses are either summer homes or vacation rentals or investments purchased for temporary housing. And secondly, this hotel is pet friendly. So you can bring Scruffy, cats included, Scruffy or Benny or whatever your dog's name is. Link below. Gonna head south now. Once I pack up, gonna go to Tillamook eventually. And maybe sample some cheese? I don't know. Apparently they're really into their cheese there. Tillamook. You know, at first I was a little disappointed that the low tide was around noon, because I thought I'd be on my way, but I thought, why don't we just spend a leisurely morning here, explore the town a little bit, put your stuff in the car, and explore the tidal pools before you leave. So that's what I'm doing. There's a whole bunch of people down here now. It's a magical time of the morning, magical time of the day actually, low tide. They have a red vehicle down here. You know, obviously they don't want people climbing this rock, but there's a lot to see and explore. Looking forward to this. Need to set this up a little bit here. I'm pretty good so far. We're on episode 7, and I got a little weird on this one. I think I got a little more negative than normal. It was a great day. It started out as a great day. Great sunrise, had a great time at Cannon Beach. And for some reason, I was thinking that this fairy tale day, this perfect day, was going to continue, and I was going to be exploring the tidal pool area around Haystack and experiencing some of the same situations or memories from previous trips along the Oregon coast. And I was down around Gold Beach. There's a bunch of beaches that were really a lot less touristy. So I really felt like I was by myself doing a lot of exploring.
I just assumed it was going to be the same here. But it was a different animal, and I went off, kind of off on a few tangents here. They had some ropes up. You couldn't go in certain areas. There was an excessive amount of kids there. I think there were some field trips. Again, that's a great positive thing to teach the kids. It wasn't a perfect location and time of day for me to be there. So I got out of there, basically. And I kind of ranted a little bit on video. I thought it was funny when I was recording it. And I'm editing it now, and I'm like, well, I can't put that in there.
We're experiencing low tide now, and so everybody's out here. I'm a little disappointed. First of all, it's so windy, I can't even imagine this coming out. I wasn't climbing around on the rocks, but there weren't like 87 signs telling you not to climb on the rocks. It's kind of a drag, because it doesn't look natural. Like, look at this clob coming. It's time for me to leave. Apparently it's field trip time. So I was talking to that girl about the puffins. Apparently there's over 100 of them here now. Years past, they counted them up to 500. And I said, how do you count puffins? Apparently there's a puffin man, a man that sits on a chair out here and counts puffins. He's got some grid system, he's got it all down. This is not what I envisioned for tidal pool exploration. Yep, it's time to hit the road. All right, I might have sounded like a cynical Anthony Bourdain back there. A little bit like a curmudgeon old man. Probably because I experienced such amazing tidal pool action on my own in a quiet area of the coast. But I'm in a really touristy area. It's very beautiful. It was peaceful and serene. I guess that's part of the magic, especially if as you travel around. And myself, I'm going to be going to some national parks this is kind of like food for thought for myself. I guess I'm talking to myself more than anything, is when you go to the national parks, you have to find a way to make your own memories. And if that means finding peace and serenity and quiet and alone time, you have to structure your day that way. You can't possibly waltz into the most touristed area at noon and expect to have it to yourself and have 1,000 signs telling you what you can and can't do. But anyway, we're going to hit the road now. I'm pulling out of here, going to head south a bit, go through Tillamook, eventually making it to Portland. So, finally, let's hit the road. You're about to experience all things cheese related. Look at the size of that block of cheese, would you? I had enough of this cheese place. Very cool. Worth a stop. You know, I've driven by here 3 or 4 times in my travels down the Oregon coast. As he trips down the stairs. You can get like lunch and stuff over there. Obviously mac and cheese, cheeseburgers, ice cream. Everything cheese related. Or just check out the museum and have free samples like I did. That's it. We're done with the cheese. Let's go to Portland. Well, the jokes could write themselves if I let them. For instance, that was the cheesiest museum I've ever been in. It's had a very distinct, I've had Tillamook before, but it's more creamy, if you would. They did say the creamery. It's they're not cranking out Parmesan there. One of the best cheese museums I've ever been in. Actually the only one I've ever been in. But I got free cheese.
I've arrived. Sonesta, downtown Portland. Pretty cool room. It's huge, actually. Check this thing out. All right, I'm here for the TravelCon conference. I might do a whole video on that, actually, of who I'm planning on seeing, what I'm interested in getting out of this. I'm going to be here all week. And that's it. I'm just getting settled in. I got to take the valet cart back down. This is what we got. Sonesta. Sonesta in Portland. Huge room. I mean, the hallway from my door to here is half as long as the room. I could have a party in here. I don't think I will, but little stressful on the way in. I don't love city traffic. Used to my country roads. That's it. Let me get settled in. By the way, a nice little welcome note and a biscuit or a cookie. What is this? Yummy. I realized what I was in for when I came to Portland, but figured I'd ease into it without any preconceived notion about what I was about to witness. Walk out the front of the hotel and immediately wasn't confronted, but the guy was running down the street, wounds on his face, blood all over his face, and he's like, "I've been drinking too much." Looks like he got in a fight with a moving truck or something. I don't know what the hell was going on. Bizarre. I'm on my way to a camera store now, looking for a camera strap. I just want to show something bizarre. When you come in the door here, there's this. This is a strange place for this. Look how far it sticks out. I keep walking into that thing. So I just want to do a quick wrap up here. This was a very strange day, actually. You know, it started out with me being a little bit disappointed at Haystack Rock. And I guess rightly so. And then I toured a cheese factory. And then I went to a conference this evening. It's a welcome conference. It's really about creating content, SEO, monetizing your content. And of course, I realize I'm doing all the wrong stuff. I kind of knew that. I need to write with purpose. And I need to write more instead of relying on AI like I'm doing. But I do want to end this with some AI stuff that I created. I just went out to a really good Italian dinner down the way. So I had ChatGPT-4 create a story based on the fact that I wasn't feeling very comfortable about the walk back. I'm not in love with this city. I never have been. Portland is, in my opinion, taken a real strong detour for the worst. That's just my opinion. So anyway, I had ChatGPT create a story based on a few prompts I gave it. But more importantly, I had it create some images. And I think I'm going to share the images at the end of this because they really tell, how should I say it? They really paint a vivid picture on how I saw the city tonight. Extremely exaggerated, I will admit.